Hello viewers, I'm SB and welcome back to Crusader Kings III, where I've just been spending some time here going through Brian's life, figuring out this whole mess that we've inherited, and I figured out a couple of things that I think are relevant to our situation. So, the first thing I did while looking through his relationships with people is I went to investigate this. I was a little worried that he might be in some danger from Constance on account of, her whole deal, but it turns out not only is her opinion of him quite positive, it's quite positive because they're friends. So, I don't know if this necessarily means a lot when coming from a person who is manipulative and paranoid and, of course, a murderer, a convicted murderer. I don't know, convicted, but we know she did it, at the very least. I don't think there was a trial. But it seems like maybe it's fine. Maybe everything's okay. We'll keep an eye on her. We'll keep the spy master on defense. But, okay. This seems like it's maybe not going to be a grave danger to us. Then I went and investigated this thing. For some reason, our daughter and player heir is first in line for the title of the County of Nevers, which is just a random county in the middle of France here. It has nothing to do with her spouse, because of course we went matrilineal, so, a person who had things to inherit would not have married in. But it turns out that her mother's father, her matrilineal grandfather, was the Count of Auxerre and Nevers, and also this thing. The guy who's currently running the show over there is her grandfather. And I guess his children, for some reason, are not... It's not clear to me why his children are not just going to receive it. I guess because they're both women? I guess stuff's going to get divided evenly, right? She's getting one county, she's getting one county, and then the last one passes down to the granddaughter, the least valuable one, I'm assuming? Yeah, I guess so. It is kind of interesting that there's a window, there's a thing here for showing grandparents, and there's a thing for showing children, but there's not a line for your grandchildren, especially if, stuff is going to pass down to grandchildren. It seems like a line that would be important to include. I guess they didn't want to throw in a scroll bar here or anything. So the game suggests that maybe we would like to put together a scheme. Perhaps an unfortunate accident could befall Count Guillaume. But honestly, I don't think I care about this all that much. I don't think it's going to help us a lot to have control of a tiny little county in the middle of France. It doesn't really make any money it makes a little money, but it doesn't really have any, levies to provide us or anything. I just don't think it's going to be relevant to our ongoing plans, so we'll end up in control of it if we end up in control of it. I think I'm fine either way, honestly. And then, before we do anything else, I wanted to make sure that I started a plan to sway our archbishop, because boy, I sure would love it if our bishoprics would fall in line, right? Wouldn't that be nice? And with that, I think we're just trying to regain control of things. We're still waiting for our claim on Scotland to ripen. Right now, our army is pretty small and weak. I assume this is a bishopric problem as well. Yeah, the levies that we should be getting from our bishopric holdings, we are not getting because this dude's being stingy. So this is a problem we have to fix before we could consider a war anyway. Also, we could declare war on King Robert if we wanted to die horribly. I took a quick look at King Robert's military strength. It's a little bit greater than ours. It's probably not a real move. So yeah, I think we're going to spend a little time here just consolidating. We're already working on control in Athlone, which is bad. So bad, in fact, that smugglers are running rampant throughout the county. We're still working on this Irish deal. I don't know if you guys, I don't know if you guys have heard of the Irish. Yeah, and with that, I think we are set. So we have a court physician. Bertha is marked as a... Oh, no, she's just a guest. Sorry, she's not a useful guest. We could invite her to stay at court for very, very little money. And it seems like that thing would be not useful to do at all. I guess we could have her educate a child or something if she was a proper member of the court, right? And I could see that being useful. Charismatic negotiator. But this dude's also a charismatic negotiator, and he has a claim that I actually kind of care about. So if we were to get the money together to invite someone to stay at court, it would definitely be him. So I guess, yeah, like I said, for the moment, let's just unpause here, and we'll let some things shake out. Wait a minute. I have cast a spell on Malcolm again. Yep, the Duke Finguin's claims have become available again. Did he just hit 16? Is that maybe why? Okay, well, this is no longer a very good idea. Malcolm's army has recovered significantly, and mine's in kind of a horrible place right now. Also, wow, this is a very expensive war. Okay, well, we'll get to it. After we resolve this Archbishop thing, I think it'll be a lot more sensible to do. I don't really want to imprison these criminals. I don't much care about this stuff. I know my brother's got some stuff, and he might pass it to me if I had him killed, but I don't know that I want to do that, frankly. It's all still in my realm. Like, why do I need to run it personally? Oh, hold on. Increase opinion. Ah, yeah, okay, listen, I'm working on my vassals. Everybody hates me. But we're doing our best. A single successful sway on this guy should get him high enough to like us, especially since our short reign penalty will be wearing off over time. We really do not have a lot of piety. I was just thinking, like, how nice it would be to be able to borrow money from the Pope. Oh no, a betrayal. After everything we've been through together, I still cannot believe Constance would do the things she has done. It is a betrayal of every friendly gesture we have shared. Indeed, a betrayal of our very friendship. We once shared bread, but now she has made an enemy for life. Sorry, what'd she do? What happened? Well, sure, she murdered a family. Did she murder a new family member? Wait, hold on. What happened to prompt that? Did I miss something in the message log? Did she murder again? So yeah, rival... Did I just now realize that she had committed a murder, maybe? Her liege is now my half-brother? Wait, who are you? Well, you're her kid. So... Imprisoning her... See... Imprisoning her does seem like it might cause a problem, I suppose. So wait, why are you... Hold on a second. I thought Bethin was supposed to be the Duke of Connacht. What happened here? I missed something. Okay, well... It's probably related to this message we just got, right? Like, all of a sudden, she's a whole new level of criminal. Should we imprison her? She is now that she hates me, and also she's a paranoid, scheming murderer. I do feel like that's I feel like that's a problem. I think maybe she will not accept. There is no chance of acceptance. I mean, I don't care if she accepts. That's not how imprisonment works. Yeah, it's weird that there is even a measurement of how likely she is to accept, because who cares? If I fail to imprison her, she will flee his court. So she does have to... She has to consent? What? Yeah, her opinion of me factors in. Like, with it comparing my intrigue to her intrigue, it seems a little bit like this is just a really poorly labeled chance of a scheme to imprison her succeeding. But then her opinion factors into it, which obviously it shouldn't. And her being my rival factors into it, which obviously it shouldn't. You're totally allowed to imprison your friends, just not your enemies. So all of her family would lose 15 opinion of me, and she'll flee Prince Pater's court, but we don't know exactly what will happen to her. Do I want her out, sort of like out in the world, out in the shadows where I can't keep an eye on her? I honestly don't know. That event that just fired that made her my rival really needed to have some text in it that explained what the hell it was talking about. Like what the event was that triggered its appearance. Because it seems like I just missed something. Like some major event occurred and was not told to me and is not in any way traceable. Okay, somebody's creating a faction against me, eh? A faction is a dangerous thing if left unchecked. Vassals and counties join factions when they are dissatisfied with your rule. To counteract this, you can increase their opinion of you or simply try to become dreaded. I am working on becoming dreaded. To avoid factions, we recommend you increase your vassals' opinion of you, pace your conquests, and make sure that any claimants more popular than you suffer unfortunate accidents. You will often have time to appease your vassals before the faction presses its demands. Counties with low popular opinion tend to join the peasant faction. Unlike other factions, this faction will rise up no matter if they have a chance of winning or not. Sometimes you simply have to put the peasants in their place. Real good game. It's super not gross. You should always keep an eye on peasant factions. If they strike while you're at war, they can do significant damage to your control. Okay. So... is it really a faction if it's just this guy? He wants me to lower the crown authority, which is already very low, let's remember. And he has been kind of consistently a problem. He is our steward, and I certainly, we don't have another person in the kingdom who would do that job as well as he will, right? No, we absolutely do. Absolutely I do, without question. And it's my daughter's husband, too, so, there's probably some benefit to that. Look at this, he's a thrifty clerk, and yeah. Okay, so basically what I'm saying is, what happens if Earl Meriadoc should happen to have a piano fall on him? What's his line of succession look like? Desmond would fall to his son, who is also naked. The Adamite thing runs in the family, I guess. That makes sense. So, this guy doesn't care for me. There's a lot of problems with the Catholicism. I sort of want to run this entire family out of here, right? This whole house is a real problem. So I was thinking about mounting a scheme, but I don't know, is it actually going to be helpful even? View all characters he has killed that we know of. Huh. That's a fun button. So why does he dislike me so much? I hold his duchy. Sorry. He's in Desmond, which is down here. So he's the Earl of Desmond. We could just give him control of Desmond. Am I? Yeah, I have no claim on this title. Oh, Desmond's part of Munster. Okay, well, obviously, Munster is like... Well, but Munster's the duchy. So the county of Desmond. Is there a county of Desmond? Petty Kingdom of Munster. The Empire of Britannia. Yeah, it does seem like there's a, Oh, earldom is earldom is a county level title, not a barony level title. So I mean, it's true that I hold the de jure duchy, and I'm going to keep doing it. So that's not an opinion penalty that we can really remove. The Catholicism thing also probably not fixable. So honestly, yeah, our opinion is his opinion of me is actually going to get lower over time as the opinion of predecessor bonus wears off. So this is a long-term problem. This is a real issue. Do I feel like we need to just... We need to do something. Killing him is just going to put the son in charge, and also I might get caught, presumably, like if the scheme were to be revealed. That's just going to make his whole family hate me even more. So I'm not really sure how to solve this problem. I mean, I guess I can, with Crown Authority at level 2, I can make him no longer my vassal, right? If I wanted to, I could revoke his title. Although, unless we put together a cause for revocation, a lot of people are going to have some feelings about that. I can demand his conversion. He might ask for something in return. Refusing conversion is a crime, though. So if we forced him, and maybe his whole house, to convert to Catholicism, it might get rid of some of the negative modifiers, although he'd probably have some negative modifiers about the forced conversion. And if he refuses, then I might be able to revoke his title over that. I'm going to press this button and we're going to see what happens. I could hardly make the situation worse, right? He might accept. I do not have a hook on him. So he will lose 10 opinion of me, and it'll wear off over a little while. Honestly, 10 opinion's not even that big of a deal. And all of his family members will be forced to put some clothes on. I feel bad about this. You know, I don't want this to be a thing between us. I don't actually care if he's naked. But basically, I need to give him an opportunity to screw up such that I can revoke his title. So let's see what happens. And then we are continuing to press on all this stuff. My faith is too strong to be swayed by your earthly words. I would rather attain my reward in heaven. Well, you will pay the price in this world. So I lose 15 opinion of him. That's true. I do. My opinion of him is lowered somewhat. So am I allowed to revoke? Is this going to give me tyranny? So he is a known criminal, which means I can revoke his title. I'll gain stress because it's not really the sort of thing that I like to do. I concede a title revocation reason. So he will get a pressed. Okay, this for some reason I was reading this whole thing as one big underlined. Yeah, there's a line break there because it's a separate. So he will get a pressed claim on the Earldom of Desmond. The faction he belongs to gains discontent. He loses opinion of me. He grows closer to forming a rivalry. Oh, that's going to happen for sure. and the control level in the Earldom of Desmond will drop dramatically. If I revoke the title from him, how does that work with succession? Like, will it still pass to his heir? Because, like, first of all, that really limits the utility, but secondly, it wouldn't really make a lot of sense to me for that to happen. If he were to rise up in rebellion, how exactly would that go right now? Okay, he's not that much of my military strength. I do think he's going to be a long-term problem. I think we got to do this. I think we got to make the move here. Let's revoke his title. You know, we got to try things. We got to learn. So, yeah, it's a little scary. I do not have an available hook. Okay, your wisdom and mercy are legendary. It seems that there is no recourse for our dispute other than to settle it on the battlefield. He did a sarcasm at me. Rally the troops, obviously. Sorry, let me grab this and move it over here. Raise the armies. We do have an empty council position, it's true. You know, we have a guy for this. We do have a powerful vassal who is mad that he's not on the council, but he's also, like, not good at the job. Yeah, man. You're also not good at the job. No, we need an actual good steward. Stewardship is, like, important. Okay. So yeah, we should be able to kick his ass, right? This shouldn't be a problem for me. Oh hey, that small harbor was constructed. Yo, where did he get all these troops? The Band of the Horn. Indeed, he hired mercenaries. Now I'm trying to select the army panel. Can I do that with him? No, but trying to select the army panel just brings up his thing. I don't get to know what's going on in his troops. Alright, well, how's my army doing? We're almost gathered. It's a big force that he's got there. They're going out to sea for some reason, planning to sail around and do battle somewhere. Okay, hold up. Oh no! Domhnall died in battle. He was 60s. Should he have been personally riding into battle? It does seem like we're losing this battle pretty badly, in fact. So, he's got light horses and pikes and bows. So we're countering his light horsemen, but they are also countering our bowmen. Yeah, I know. We should probably, I guess, fix that. Unfortunately, again... Oh! Hey there. Okay, welcome aboard. You have earned yourself a council position. That's actually a good solution, too, because I really want to make sure he stays happy. Should we bounce? We should probably back up, right? This is turning on me a little bit. Is there a button that I have to press for that? Like, I can't just order the army away. So ordered retreat will be possible in the late battle phase, which occurs in 4 days. So 887, yeah, we're getting walloped here. Flee. Alright, that promote culture task finished. Let's hold on, let's realign him. I mean, yeah, I guess just sit in collect taxes mode for the moment. No, we should be increasing development somewhere, probably. Even though, boy, our taxes are not in a great spot. Yeah, maybe we want to increase development, like, somewhere sort of central, based on what we learned last time. Yeah, I mean, that makes sense. So, can imprison criminals. I mean, I'm not going to be able to just walk over there and imprison him. This is a situation where his opinion of our ability to imprison him should matter a little bit at least. He's got like an army raised against me. That time I understand it. So, we need to do something about this war. This is going badly. So this is wetland terrain. This is also wetland terrain. I mean, we don't have the money to hire mercenaries, right? I suppose technically we do. But we're pretty close to broke if we do that. Like, very pretty close. We don't have enough money to borrow. And I know that going broke in a war is a really bad idea, but we're not that far off of being positive here. We are 0-0 at the moment. If I pull you, back off of your task and put you on collect taxes mode. There we go. He'll give us a little drip of income, and that's gonna have to be good enough because yeah, we need to turn this around immediately. Yeah, get over here and join up. We gotta. You guys are retreating far too much. Nope. Just turn around. Can I not interrupt a retreat action? Is this mandatory movement? Yeah, I cannot order them to do anything. Okay, well, you guys should definitely not go over there and get in a fight by yourselves. Boy, once you've ordered troops to move to a place, they just are not ever going to listen to you ever again, huh? I do think it's a little silly that, like, they were in Innis, and I ordered them to move here, and then without any time having passed at all, I said, no, wait a second, go this way instead. And they interpreted that as move through this barony to go there, which is obviously, like, that's an insane way to interpret those two clicks. Conan, a commoner from the mercenary band we just hired, was taken prisoner by that guy. Okay, whatever. I don't care about that. Now we have to wait for this retreat to happen. So, I mean, we're learning things about the way the game controls, which is to say, badly and nonsensically. But these are things that we have to learn before we can. Okay, our wife is having a kid. That is maybe good, or honestly, maybe not. If at this point, if she has a son, it might mess with some stuff, and also I could maybe see our eldest daughter having some feelings about that. So we might need to do something. If our wife has a son, we might have to change the gender laws in order to prevent our daughter from maybe making something happen to that son, you know? Alright, well, unfortunately, we're just gonna have to sit here and wait for the rest of these troops to show back up. I mean, we're rebuilding the levies while that's happening. Right, yeah, everybody's reforming. The siege is annoying, but it's not a big deal. Alright, could you guys maybe merge up for a second here? Alright, go solve this problem. Now we have an advantage. An advantage sufficient to make these guys run away. Okay, so this time we are actually showing some real advantage. Commander Mayor Einar of some. Okay, I don't even know who that guy was. Oh, that's my commander. Okay, this time we brought the numbers to actually make the job happen. My daughter has given birth to a son. Okay. So this is my younger daughter, right? Yeah. My younger daughter, the evil atheist. Okay. Finbar. Finbar's a name I can pronounce. That's good. That's a good thing. Let's grab a lifestyle perk. So we're already maximum overseer. I mean, this stuff is not super relevant to us, I think. We're just not that kind of guy. So we've driven their army off. We are sieging their deal here. Okay, and our wife gave birth to another daughter, which is probably fine. Oh, Catriona, that's nice. I think that's probably less disruptive. So I'm trying to keep an eye on what these guys are going to do here. Yeah, I do love my Archbishop. Let's make sure to mention his forgiving nature. Is he that? Do we feel like he's that? No, not really. I will keep it short and professional. What I've learned is that adding personal comments rarely helps. Okay, we can probably cool it with the sway here. And you finished your increased control on county task. So, if we have them just sit and organize levies, it increases our levy size and reinforcement rate. And then after the war is over, we can go back to trying to increase control, because, I mean, we're going to have problems in some places. I just have that feeling. But for now, things are looking like they've calmed down a little bit. And the Duke, okay. This guy who is becoming increasingly important to our entire court has converted to the Irish culture. I don't know what cultural conversion really means. Having a little bit of trouble envisioning that. Wait, who is this? Oh, this is the new Duke of Ulster, right? Because the old Duke of Ulster was killed horribly in combat. Boy, he'd be an okay bishop. It's a shame we can't do that thing. Well, unfortunately, I don't think I have a place for you, so I need to do something about that. Oh, he is terrified. You know, maybe we just let that go. I think perhaps it is okay to let that go. Let's focus on closing up this war for the moment. So, are you guys a real threat to... Yes, probably. How close are we on this siege? 2 months? He's not going to be able to siege out another place before we finish sieging out his capital. I think we can just pursue this. Yeah, he'll go into siege. That, I think, suits us just fine. I should probably be, oh, wow. My steward's excellent stewardship has led to a considerable windfall. That's very helpful. I was gonna say, we should probably be trying to sway somebody, right? There's lots of people out there who don't like me. I guess, actually, the new Duke of Ulster is maybe a good sway target. Okay, we controlled Desmond, and we sacked a considerable amount of currency from it. And I guess we don't really need to keep fighting. The war score is in the good place. So, what prisoners have we taken? Sorry, it's this one. None. We have none prisoners. Alright, I guess we just enforce demands. So we imprison Earl Muradoc. That seems reasonable. I lose opinion of him, sure. He cannot join another faction for 10 years, and what does this mean for his whole... Okay, you know what? Let's do that. Gain 28 dread. I think it's a good thing. I don't know why this is the time to talk about tooltip modes. We have defeated a faction in the only way that we have ever known how to defeat anything. Just go ahead and disband. So he's still in charge here, huh? Didn't I revoke your title, my dude? So apparently, still Adamites. I mean, that's true. They did refuse to convert. Okay, there's a torture button. Feels like that's not a great thing to do. I could, I suppose, execute him. I really don't want to release him, right? I feel like he's going to be more of a problem for us outside than he is inside. So this option is highlighted because you have a valid reason to revoke. I feel like I want to revoke. This guy should not be in charge here. Yeah, will accept. Accept is a strong word for the thing that he will do. He will sit there in jail and listen to me tell him that I am revoking his title. To the cocky High King Brian, who gave him parchment? I see no choice but to bow to your decision to strip me of the earldom of Desmond. Well, you should be used to it by now. Has happened. Okay. So now I'm the Earl of Desmond. That feels like it doesn't need to be the case. This feels like one we could give away, right? Do we need to do that? Is there anybody who needs to be landed? I'm still allowed to imprison. At what point does the statute of limitations on her doing a bad job treating my kin run out, do you think? I still don't actually want to imprison them. I don't care about these titles I'm in line to inhabit. Inherit. I'm not going to make something happen to somebody over it. So now we have a reasonable income. Our army is back in shape thanks to our bishoprics being back on our side. So now I think the idea is we're building up to get ready to fight Malcolm, right? At this point, his force is superior to ours, although perhaps not hugely so. And the cost to declare war is at least within our grasp. So let's see. We're going to end up at 3573. So yeah, we need to replenish a little bit, but our military strength will be better than theirs, and we'll still have the assistance of that mercenary company for a little while here. So is this glowing like this because control is exceedingly low? Yep, that's what I figured. Let's see if we can't fix that up, shall we? Maybe you can help out with this. I cannot. Not a valid target due to, I don't know. No reason. Just not valid. Just doesn't feel valid to me. Okay. I let time run forward a little bit because I was wondering if it was because of the war. Yeah, okay, it was. It was because that situation was unresolved as of our pause. Yeah, so I'm gonna let the High Queen keep giving us a little bit of each of her stats. Honestly, I do feel like our council is just way better than Dad's was. This dude, Fingwin, has been like an incredible boon to our court. So, now that this is all set, we're just kind of replenishing for the moment, right? And oh, it would be really nice if I could have left him in organized levies mode. Well, I do think we have to fix the control problems in Desmond to avoid another uprising. What is your deal? Why are you still so mad at me? Foreign culture group, short reign. Yeah, that short reign thing it'll run out eventually. I guess for the moment, as long as this place is really upset, maybe it makes sense for it to remain mine. So the faith here, the whole county, it's a whole county of naked people. Can we put our archbishop on that? Could you figure this out, please? Could you please teach them what the Bible says about wieners? I don't know what it says. It's not my job. You're the bishop. Figure it out and then tell them that it says to put them away. Okay, so that's dealt with. Factions dealt with. How are we doing on knights? Are we cool on knights? Yeah, we're cool on knights. We just need to get our armies back together. So hold on. These men-at-arms regiments, first of all, we have the ability to create a new one, and probably we should, is my feeling. But also, it says size 1 of 8. So bumping it up in size has an upfront cost, and it doubles the maintenance. Right, that those increased by numbers are the same as the current full numbers. So if we were to create another regiment, we would probably want them to be a type that counters a thing that we do not yet counter. Right. At the moment, we have archers and light footmen and mangonels and pikemen, so we don't have horses. Which means we don't have a good counter for enemy archers. But, like, are we better off just increasing the functionality of our currently existing men-at-arms? It seems like the counter effect is pretty significant, but... Hold on, When a regiment is countered, its effectiveness during a battle is decreased. The more a regiment is outnumbered by its counter, the higher the penalty. Do we have any sense of what kind of army King Malcolm is running? Or, like, do we even have access to that information? I mean, I guess we know once he actually mounts his army, once they're all levied, we still can't even click on them then and see what their actual composition is. Not until we're in battle with them. So, I guess we have to just try to create a well-balanced composition rather than trying to be ready to counter anything in particular. So we currently have light footmen. So we have a counter for skirmishers, a counter for heavy infantry, a counter for both light and heavy cavalry, a counter for our opponent's walls. It does seem like light horsemen might be a good idea. People tend to have archers. It's expensive, though. Well, whatever. Like, for right now, the only value that our money has is helping to prepare us for battle with Scotland, so I guess that makes sense to do. And I wanna let my levies replenish here, but at the same time, obviously, like, every minute we don't go is a moment that we're wasting off of our man-at-arms track, or our mercenaries contract, so it's recovering toward 3550. It is taking its time. How's that control thing going? 24. Today I was given grave news. My wife has fallen ill with the typhus. The future is uncertain. Death lingers closely by her bedside. Yet she might survive. Only God knows. The physician wants to know how my wife should be treated. Well. That's my preference would be well. So she currently is in good health. Yes, she is hale and hearty. So we could probably go pretty big. Could lead to worsened symptoms or permanent injuries, but she's strong. Here's a problem. I don't know exactly how bad typhus is. I'm familiar with the name of the illness, but that really is all I know about it. Plagued by rashes, fever, and coughs. 100% dread loss. No one is afraid of her right now. I think this feels like, and the icon is a tick. That's bad news. I could let my wife run her own treatment. I mean, listen, honey, I'm sorry to say this, but I don't know that you are, I don't know that you're up to this task. Alright. I'm gonna say drastic measures. You save my wife, or, I mean, I don't have to tell you what'll happen. Okay, greatly reduced disease symptoms for 1 year. That seems good. The twists and turns of fate have not always been to my advantage. God knows I was cursed the day I met Mayor Finsnecta. Today, that curse has been lifted. Fate has smiled upon me and brought that cold-hearted coxcomb to his grave, and not 1 day too soon. I believe that is exactly all of the stress I had. No, never mind. I was very stressed out. Your brother created the faction to install Duke Bathan of Meath on the Irish throne against you. What? It's weird for the faction to be... Okay, it's weird for it to say Bathan created the faction to install Bathan on the throne against you. This could be worded in such a way that it doesn't sound so silly. He created a faction to install himself against me. I have feelings about that. Members of the claimant faction support a pretender targeting a title belonging to their liege, and like a pretty serious title. Alright, I hate to say that my spy master should try to kill my brother, but... is the dude ambitious? No, he's just, in fact. Why aren't you nicer? So he does want a seat on the council, and getting a seat on the council might calm his ass down? He feels the taxes are too high. We're trying to prepare for a war with Scotland, right? This has always been his problem. He has no respect for putting family first. Well, he's really not... He doesn't have the stats for the council, in my opinion. We could lower taxes on him. I think he's in a place where the contract is weird, right? Because I think we had adjusted the contract there before. But frankly, I'm not necessarily opposed to attempting to just kill his ass. He has 0 intrigue. We haven't really attempted any big schemes. Maybe this would be a fun time to try a big scheme. And then I would inherit all of his titles, right? I think I'm first in line on all of this stuff. Yeah. Let's do a scheme. He's gonna scheme against me. I'm gonna scheme right the hell back. So the way we do this is by targeting him. Here we go. Hostile. Yeah, let's scheme to murder the prince. We could remove him from the line of succession, which, that's just going to turn it into an outright war, right? But he can't have many men. We're trying to prep the army for the war against Scotland. I don't need to be fighting my own people again. There is only a 25% chance that the scheme will be successful. Every month there is predicted a chance of 10% to progress based on scheme power versus scheme resistance. Scheme resistance is increased by the corresponding skill of the scheme target and their spy master, as well as by the disrupt scheme's counselor task. So, can we see... Okay, here's his spy master. He has a spy master with an intrigue of 11. An elusive shadow, no less. What if we schemed to murder her, and then we murder him afterward? What if people just started dropping dead? It's a real shame that Constance kind of turned on us, because I feel like this is an area where she'd be very useful. She and I could have a nice bonding experience. So, scheming to murder him is going to be a problem. I'm trying to sway this dude right now. I think it would be best if this did finish. But he's you know what? Him being terrified is not good enough. It would be better if he liked me, because while he's terrified, he still could potentially scheme against us. And then we could try to sway our brother afterward. Can we modify his contract? I would be willing to pull these back in exchange for 15... His obligations have already been changed. I don't think that's true. When did that happen? We definitely changed the contract here before he was in charge. Okay, so I literally can't lower the taxes on him. I could... Okay, I could grant him a title. That might bring him around, right? What if I granted him the Earldom of the Inner Hebrides? Who's currently... So he'll gain 40 opinion of us for 50 years. His faction will lose some discontent. I mean, I don't care about this. And he's actually a pretty good steward. Who is currently Earl of the... Hold on. I'm directly in charge, right? I can grant him that title because I hold it. I don't know. That seems like a reasonable answer to me, since it looks like we're not going to be allowed to murder him. I'm going to try that. Let's try that as a solution. I don't even really want to run this, so he'll do a better job than I'm doing. Okay, we are friendly-ish. Hopefully that will help. We're still just putting our army back together here, to some extent. How is his army doing? They're also gaining strength. Okay. Faction is disbanded. He decided that was, in fact, a good enough gesture. And my wife has recovered from typhus. Jesus be praised. Also, the court physician. The court physician be praised. Is there a thing we can do to her that's like the opposite of arresting her? Hey, that's the title of the video game. Christian pilgrims to the Holy Land suffer all manner of abuse, and their routes are fraught with danger. Also drama. You can tell from the music. In order to protect the pilgrims and secure Jerusalem for Christ and the faithful, His Holiness Pope Alexander has accepted the possibility of an outright invasion by joint Christian forces. Seems like a someone else kind of problem to me. Okay, that swaying is working, and we don't need to bounce his opinion, or we don't need to bounce our sway focus to anybody else. Because we fixed that problem. So we have 11 months left on these guys. I mean, we may have to just declare at some point here. One thing that we could do potentially is try to set up some kind of alliance. I mean, we're not going to be able to get an alliance off of anybody, though, right? We don't have anybody to marry off. We could, I suppose, pull another mercenary outfit. It doesn't feel like the best way to spend our money. So what is the claim? Okay, you just have a claim to the kingdom. That's the big one. That's the big claim. Boy, I sure would like to win this. This is the kind of thing where we have to be very careful, though. Starting a war with the Kingdom of Scotland that we lose the initial battles of, I think could be really devastating. That could go all kinds of sideways. And he has a friend up in Sutherland, which is maybe a problem. So I'm assuming the military force that it's showing here... Yeah, okay, it's his plus his allies. These numbers are already included. Alright, you know what? I think we're going to call it here, because I need to consider this. I don't know how much more time we want to spend waiting for our levies to reinforce, because obviously we want to move while we still have these mercenaries. So, yeah, I'm going to think about this a little bit. We may want to just, go now, hire a mercenary company if we can, and just get moving. Or it may be worth it to take it slow and get lessened or maybe even no use out of the mercenaries in the war. Yeah, I don't know. I'll consider some factors. I'll do some math here. and we'll see. So when you come back next time, tomorrow, we may finally be pursuing our course against the King of Scotland, a thing that we've been preparing for some time. And we'll see you then.